Okay, that's driving me nuts. I don't know why it's glitching like that. The HP's internal webcam. I didn't drop the computer. I'm getting like 5 minutes of video and then it goes all wonky on me. And I can't load them like that because it doesn't look good. She's got speech, delayed speech is what I was going to say, because she's got attachment disorder. She was unwanted and unplanned, unexpected. She was, this wasn't a labor of love. But I had to make a decision. I asked her older sister if she wanted me to keep the baby. She said yes. So I didn't leave her in a foster home where they had put her for 3 months. But because she went from my arms to a foster home and then to my mom's and stuff like that, her relationship with me got wrecked. So her delayed speech is because of the attachment disorder. She doesn't know who her mom and dad are exactly. She calls me mom now, but, you know, she still doesn't speak right because of how many people's arms she's been to and from in 2 years. But I was trying to share the custody with Tom if he had wanted to adopt her, which I'm assuming based on what had happened, based on locations at the time, was something he had wished for. Careful what you wish for, sometimes dreams really do come true. Hopefully he'll get to meet her and still be able to work with her or something. So I want to try and make her future a positive one. All the money she makes with whoever she works with, it's completely hers. Her own account, her own future. She'll do her thing. I'll do the best to be her best friend. The best that I can, because what happened is not the baby's fault, and she should enjoy the reward of being happy that she's alive and here and allowed to live her life. If I had known I was pregnant, I still probably would have aborted it, but I would have had a better opportunity to plan what to do. Hi. But, I gotta figure out what's wrong with the HP webcam. Look, it's early Christmas. December 2nd. I was really hoping to have had enough of those tattoos sold to have been able to pay for the surgery so I could have it no later than spring. I'm going to miss the deadline with the Iron Man 3 thing, doing a Superwoman appearance. If I can't get to the physical size, I need to wear my own costume so I can go do that instead of having to have somebody else play me for that in May. If worst case scenario comes to, then I have to. It's not fair. I work so hard to create Superwoman and my stuff that I'd like to be able to do it. It's not fair. I don't like being sick. But I looked great before I had the baby. I starved, obviously. I went to the gym, did all kinds of stuff. And then I blew up like a balloon. Now I don't have the energy to go back to what I did before. I mean, I've been struggling with weight and food and hormone issues since I was 15. So I've gone up and down, up and down, and up and down. My heart and my body, my feet, my stomach. I can't take it anymore. The only solution is gastric bypass. And after that, I can go back to the gym and I can live healthy. I don't have to obsess about food. I don't have to starve. I don't have to have a sore stomach. I don't have to be tired. And I can exercise and I can live and be healthy. Stuff. So yeah, that'll be all good. I am working on a whole display of stuff that is for sale. The clothes are for sale. I do have stuff packed in my van, the Superwoman van that I was supposed to be in LA with, but it's there. Different color shirts that I'm already supposed to have made and sent to somebody in the States. But here in Winnipeg, this place is so backwards, I don't have a place where I can go take the shirts of my choice to the factory and have them make what I want on the shirts. So I haven't made any more clothes, not because I can't, it's because they don't have anything available in this town for me to do that with. I can't even go into Warden's office, talk to somebody in person, say, can you make me 100 of these shirts that I've gotten from the George line or whatever line I've got my shirts from, not having to use their shirts. Because the point of this plus-size problem and the gastric bypass and the non-profit thing that I'm doing with my writing work is that we don't have clothes that fit us. We're not going to be, able to fit the regular small, medium, large t-shirts or even extra larges. But an extra large t-shirt on me, it looks tight, like a medium. I couldn't wear a large or anything else. And, after the surgeries are done, it takes a couple of years for a person to shrink down. In the meantime, they can enjoy a Superwoman, X-size t-shirt or sweatpants or a jacket that they can keep it down the road and say, wow, this is what I was, this is what I am now, and see the connection to it. It's cool. I want to always be able to serve plus-size people because I know what it's like to be tortured to the point where you can't go out in public anyway because nothing fits you. And what does fit you isn't comfortable and doesn't look good. I might be 36 and I might be 307 pounds, but I have a personality. I have a feminine side. It's not fair to anybody. You know those big, huge, obese gowns? Those classical things with the zippers at the front because the only thing you can wear? Because, you know, they can just take a bunch of material and just wrap it around you? Well, that's not right. They can't go anywhere. So it was with my writing work and the non-profit organization, I thought, well, we might as well have clothes. Specifically, it's t-shirts that are tough because they shrink after you wash them, and the sizes that they consider large and extra large don't cover this. It don't do that. The majority of us are large, right? It's just the shirt thing in itself. The jackets and other stuff, yeah, we can work around those. Factories will have, you know, plus sizes or extras, you know, X1s, 2, 3. But, yeah, but people can still make orders. I can always contact the place where I had all this stuff done. If I have enough orders, I can contact them. I can just ship the material, the clothes to them. They'll make all of it and they'll ship it back to me. It just raises the price of everything. I don't mind taking the bite from my profit to get the non-profit organization and the surgery fund going. With the surgery fund, it makes people eligible for whatever extra procedures that are related to it that they need. If insurance says no, that they really need it, anyway, and then we just keep replenishing the surgery fund. I mean, it's just so much easier. People who need it now can have it now, and then you worry about how replenishing the fund works later. Some will get reimbursed through insurance, even if it takes 2 years. A lot probably will. And then if not, then they can just, you know, sell the material available to raise money afterwards to help replenish the surgery fund. It's not hard. But I've suffered for 5 months for needing this procedure because it's not been organized in that manner with the kind of help that is needed to do it. I think anybody that's had this procedure should be backing me up 110%, realizing my way would have been so much easier for all of us if anything like this had been organized before. Having small fundraisers or meet and greets where you're only getting $600 or $700 at a time is absurd when you need 15 to 25,000. And there's 331 million people in North America to work with to raise that kind of money. Then there's the option of getting doctors willing to give away surgeries for Christmas. Here, I'm going to do it for free because it's not going to cost me anything except the operating room and the 2 hours of staff time, which I don't even feel out of my bank book. Like, I just didn't even take the hit. And those doctors, I don't care if they come from around the world to do these procedures. I am fine with that. I'd also like to add on to the bariatrics department in this town. I couldn't go to the emergency ward all these months that I've been suffering and in pain and scream, please give me my room right now. Because there's only one person here that does this, and he's got a 2-year waiting list. It's not right. 20 years these surgeries have been out there, available, practiced, and done. Now, it should be the norm. It should be like any other department in the hospitals, everywhere, with all the other stuff that they've got going. It shouldn't be so reclusive or exclusive and hard to get to and stuff. It's not right. They have enough experience now, and they've perfected it to be so scar-free. There's no reason, and there's no risk. There isn't a person who's had this that has a regret, and they're all healthier than ever before. It reduces the health bill around the nation because there's less sick people, less health problems. It eradicates certain disorders altogether. It eradicates anorexia, dying from being too thin and never being able to eat at all. Eradicates diabetes type 2. It eradicates PCOS. The person can then conceive. Like, I had ovarian drilling done when I was 23 and I was 340 pounds to have a second baby. And I tried for almost 10 years to have a second child after having my first one. And I didn't need the ovarian drilling because I didn't know anything about the gastric bypass. And that gynecologist knew nothing about referring me to one. And meanwhile, those surgeries had been around for a long time that I should have been able to have had that at 23. So I have suffered an extra, 13 years because the knowledge wasn't there. The doctors weren't upgraded enough, or if they did know, they weren't telling because they wanted to make money practicing their own surgeries for their thing. But their problem in that department is their answer to that would have been to actually done the right thing for the patient. Not to line their pockets, but practicing on a procedure that's not needed if you can tell them to go have this, and then after they've lost all the weight, they'll conceive naturally. It took a long time for this accident to happen. She's beautiful, though. Now, I have to have this surgery before I even think about it again. But with the panicolectomy done, the whole thing's all messed up. So I have to be, wearing maternity clothes all the way through the pregnancy because of how the clothes fit me when my belly's swollen. So it's going to be the same thing when I'm pregnant. Anyways, I'm done rambling. 10 minutes are up, plus the other 5 minutes, so that's 15 minutes. Yeah, I'll check in with you guys later. Please keep coming back. Ask questions. Cheers. Peace out, Superwoman.